Hello and welcome along, welcome back to Growers Farm. My name is James and today, as you can see, we're having a go at cleaning out our manure. We've had, I fed the cows today and I fed the sheep, and they're all good and they're all looking healthy and well. Mark is out in the field. He's in field 2 over that way somewhere. In fact, we can see his handiwork. You can see there's a nice big brown line in that. In fact, there he is coming out from behind the tree. So he is currently doing field 2 there and getting that nicely ploughed ready. We're expecting the lime guys later this week, so we'll be able to start getting ourselves we'll be able to start getting ourselves seeded after that, which will be quite good. So we're hoping Mark is going to finish off all the ploughing by the end of this week. That way everything can get limed sort of in the next week or so. And once that's done, we're going to be able to get seeding and get doing that. So that is good news. And yeah, then we can get seeding in earnest. We've got a lot of seeding to do before the end of springtime in May, and we've got to get the wheat and the canola in and the barley in first, and then of course our last crop sort of towards the end of May is potatoes, and that will get us all seeded and in, ready for a nice summer of carving and really doing everything to get those crops as good as they can. But that's why we need to get the guys in with the line. So yeah, as soon as they are done, as soon as they've been through and done their stuff, we can get to seeding, which will involve us getting... Oh, I got that down too far. There we go. Us getting the cultivator on first to cultivate in the lime, and then the seeder behind that. And yeah, Mark and I will work together on that job. And just work our way through the fields. I don't think we'll be able to show all the seeding. We've got a lot to do in a very short period of time. So yeah, we'll just continue on with that. Oh, it's just, speaking of which, I am going to continue on with this, and I will come back to you once we've got it done. Okay, this should be our last bucket full of manure, I think. Just getting it into work. Nope. Right, there we go. I don't want to hopple on the ground, but yeah, that's filling it up. There we go. That has got it. So that's the cows all nicely cleaned out. Absolutely brilliant. I have had a phone call since starting this job. Oh, that's what I get for talking and trying to turn. I have had a phone call since I started this job. We have our tedder ready to go and pick up. So we're going to go and pick that up. I think we might be having a fairly good drying day today to go and pick up some to get to work on some hay. Let's have a look at our weather forecast. Yeah, we got a good drying day today and tomorrow. We've got no rain forecast for over a week. So I think that we'll go and get some mowing done later today. I think that's our best bet. We've got several fields that are nicely fertilised and ready to go. The grass has grown up pretty well at this point after the winter, and so yeah, I think it's a good time for us to get the grass work started today. So we can do that, and yeah, if we've got the tedder, we will get it dry fairly quickly. So that will be a good first set of grass done and dusted. And yeah, will make me very happy to finally get some hay and hay into the barn as well. We'll need to wrap some for silage as well, but for the most part we're all good. So let's get this back in the shed and parked up, and yeah, I'll go and see if the tedder is ready to pick up. So I spoke to Angus up at the shop, and yeah, indeed, the message I got was right. The tedder is ready for us to pick up. So we're heading up there now in the T6. Let's head out. There we go. And yeah, so this tedder has done us well for quite a few years now. It went in for its winter service, which is why it's just come back to us, having had that done. And yeah, looking pretty good actually. So it's a class tedder. I'm trying to remember the exact model number. Let's see if we can match this up better. There we go. Yeah, it's a WA450, and yeah, great little tedder this. It's not as wide as some of the ones currently on the market. Let's lift it up and unfold it for you guys so you can have a look. And yeah, you can see we've had it for a few years. It's got a fair amount of wear on its markings, but yeah, it does as well. This it's 4 meter width. It's not as wide as some modern tedders, but yeah, does the job. So we're gonna go and get this back down to the farm. We're gonna drop it off because we're not actually gonna use this today. We're gonna go and hook the mower onto this tractor next. And then we'll be in a position where we can get some of our fields cut. We want to try and get at least one field cut today. Probably another cut over the next couple of days. As I said before, we're waiting to seed. We're waiting on the lime guys to come in. They were meant to be here today, actually. It's unfortunate in that they've got stuck on another job. Another job's not quite completed. They've run over, which is why we're expecting them here in the next few days. And this means that we'll be in a position, hopefully next time I see you guys, or next time we do one of these videos, where we'll be able to start seeding, and we'll get Mark will get on that because he should have everything ploughed by that point. Or we might try and work together on that to try and speed things up. But yeah, certainly we're getting close to seeding, as I said earlier. But we need to get all of the we need to get our first cut of grass done, and it being mid-spring. We want to do one about mid-spring, one about mid-summer, and one about mid-autumn. So yeah, we need to be cutting over the next couple of weeks as well to get this first cut done. And as I was saying before, we want to do most of it to hay, especially while we've got these good drying conditions. But at the same time, I want to get some silage bales in because we're running low on both hay and silage bales, and we're going to need by the time the silage bales ferment, we're going to need those. So, yeah, it's quite a bit to do. Oh, we want to go and put this in our front shed. I've actually still got my baler in that shed there, as you can see. Completely forgetting that I'd kept space for it in this front shed. So, yeah, we're going to move the baler at some point as well. Probably once I've got it out to actually do some work with it. But, yeah, that should not be in that back shed. That should be in here with our other grass equipment. There we go. And then we'll put it down. And can disconnect it. There we are. Right, I'm going to hook this up to the mower. Now, we don't really need to use this tractor on the mower. It's a little bit overpowered for that. But they'll be fine. This is now our... I mean, the whole reason why we spent the money on this tractor, of course, is because it's a great general use tractor. I'll lift this up. Oh, no, we haven't hooked everything up. We need to hook up our PTO, and we need to hook up our cables, and that should do it. I jumped back in the cab a little bit prematurely then. Right. And so we're going to go and attack field 6 first, I think. Just going to close this gate. All our other gates are closed, but should really put a weight on the front of this. Where's my weight? Do I even have a weight at the moment? That's a good question. Oh no, I know where my weight is at the moment. I think we need to buy a new weight. I'll give the shop a call. But yeah, we could do a new weight for the front of this tractor. It's not too bad at the moment, but if we put anything heavy on, like well, once we get the cedar and stuff like that on, we are going to need a weight on the front of this. So yeah, I'll get in contact. Wait, see if I can get a weight for this. For now, though, what I'm going to do is we're going to unfold this and get cracking on the grass work. There we go, and down. And we could even get a front mower, actually. That might be a good choice. Right, she's cut him well. I've got my headlands done now, and what I've just done is square this side off so that we can now start to divide the field up into sections, and basically just then go round diminishing those sections until we are able to until we're done. So we're looking, yeah, sort of looking to open up the field at this point and get things so that we're doing sort of the less distance travel we can. Now it would be more efficient for us to have a front mower. I think I'm gonna have a look and look at investing in that. As the farm is expanding, we're in a position where actually we kind of need to be efficient with our stuff. It's a case of either I buy more equipment or I hire more workers, and that isn't, unfortunately, we're not really in a position where we can hire more workers at the moment and guarantee that I have work for them all year round. So we are going to have to, there we go, 90 degrees. This is a... we didn't get GPS on this tractor. So we're having to go by compass points, which is not too bad. There we go. Has done us for years. And this actually takes us pretty much through the middle of this field. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit quicker job than I thought. Just going to do that and turn around. So this is the same way as I cut, as I actually harvest our grain fields or our other crops, our cereal crops. It's just sort of open up a line like this and then continually expand it until well, until I reach the edge on the other side normally. It's a pretty efficient way of doing things. You are constantly travelling the shortest distance you can in order to do it. And it keeps you with some nice straight rows as well. Because once you cut the first one, that's why the first one is so important to get the direction right. Because if you don't get that direction right on the first one, then it just throws everything else out. Here though, it's working quite well for us. We are opening up this field. You can see actually the grass is looking really nice and dry. This is a great time to be cutting it. This will almost turn naturally into hay in a couple of days. We've got a nice warm, well, it's not massively warm, but we've got plenty of sunshine forecast. So that's the thing. It's gonna the sun will dry it out pretty quickly. We'll probably try and throw the tedder over it as well in a day or so. But certainly at the moment we're good. We're gonna have some good drying conditions, and that means we're gonna have a good load of hay off this field, which is absolutely fantastic. So as I was saying before, we tend to do 3 cuts a year. We'll do so we do mid-spring, mid-summer, and mid-autumn. The mid-autumn one is always a difficult one because it comes smack bang in the middle of us doing our harvest as well. So it's a tough one. Now we tend to do a mixed silage hay cut in the spring, so we try to do about half silage, half hay in the spring. Summer we tend to do it tends to be a hay cut, and autumn it tends to be a silage cut. And this is just because we want to try and mix it around during the year. It tends to be that we get better drying conditions at the height of summer. The longer days tend to give us that, whereas in the autumn it's a little bit harder to dry the hay. So we tend to just get the cut done and get it baled fairly quickly. As a result, but it is what it is. It works well and has worked well for us, and mainly means that we're good going around the year. We try and pick up some of this grass sometimes and feed it directly to the cows in late autumn as well. Basically, what we want to do is it's good for the cows to have grass as well as mixed ration. So we like to try and do that. They tend to eat just the grass in their field most of the year, but it is that bit going into winter when we're not going to have that grass available in their field where it goes back quite a bit. So yeah, I like to try and make sure that all stays topped up. They tend to seem to prefer the mixed rations anyway. It's just if they get to that stage where they fancy something else, we can put some grass in their troughs for them as well. which goes down fairly well with the cows. Grass, we can't keep grass very easily though. It tends to rot fairly quickly. So yeah, it doesn't get us very far into winter, but gets us far enough. Thinking about what I was saying a minute ago about having to get more help in to do stuff. There are people I have heard of in who work in the local area. There's a young farmer who does stuff, who helps out, and does a little bit of contracting work and stuff that I've heard of. So I might see if we can get him on board. See if we can get him to help us out with some of this work, because it'd be useful for. It wouldn't be a permanent setup, wouldn't be a permanent contract or anything, but certainly would give us an extra pair of hands on the farm when we need it. So I think I might make some inquiries in the local area, see if we can get him in later in the year. And maybe get him in for some work that we can. Well, it takes the pressure off. It takes the pressure off us on the rest of the farm a bit. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm gonna inquire about and see if we can find, see if we can get a bit of extra help on the farm, maybe. Not much grass left to go now. We not bad for a morning's work. This it's coming up to 20 past 11, and yeah, it's not bad for a morning's work. Means that I've got the afternoon to go and attack another field, which is good. We've got several fields that really we want to have a go at. Yeah, I think field 1 is it's between, actually with this field, I think we're going to do this and field 8 as hay and field 1 as silage. That's because that's because field 1 is a lot bigger than our other two. So yeah, I'll go and cut field 8 this afternoon, and that will get these two fields done and starting to dry. I'm gonna get header on it then tomorrow, and that will be all good. But yeah, it's working very nicely right now. We are all done here. So I'm gonna go and grab a. Well, I'm gonna go and speak to Angus. I'm gonna go and see what he can do for us about a front weight on here, and yeah, front weight or possibly another front mower, and we'll see what happens there. And yeah, Mark is still out there. I think he's moved on to field 3 now and getting that ploughed, which is good. We should have the lime done by the time it comes back. We come back to you guys. Best place. I don't want to. Should be alright parking in front of the Landy. Well, even though I want to go back the other way, I just want to pull in here and get on the phone. So I'm going to leave it here for today. I should, as I said, yeah, we should be moved on a little bit by the time you guys see us again. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from the farm, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.